Hello and welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I am Leo Anshul Voleti and today I will be hosting day 5 of the Leo Holiday Exchange. If you are looking for the attendance certificate, please visit the link in the next 1 hour. The link will be scrolling down a few times during the show. For each day of attendance, you can earn a unique certificate during or after the session. We encourage you to post a picture of you celebrating this portion of the Holiday Exchange with us on social media. We look forward to seeing your submissions on social media with the hashtags Holiday Exchange and Visionary Leos. The video you must have enjoyed while waiting for the show were the dances from Ghana and Nigeria. A big thanks to Line Counselor Okafor for sending us these clips. Those were some wonderful dances. And now without further ado, I would like to introduce PCC Lion Mahesh Chitnis. Lion Mahesh is a servant leader and global coveted motivational speaker and a successful area leader of the Global Action Team. He was a Leo himself and is now serving as a Leo advisor since 2010. He is also devoted to promoting hands-on volunteering service to help our communities and has volunteered for several social causes and humanitarian organizations since he was a teenager. He has worked with several religious, ethnic, and religious organizations to achieve social harmony, including NAACP and the South Asian Community Outreach, and currently holds the position of Human Relations Commissioner of Servo.
Greetings, Leos, Lions, and future Lions. As the Leo advisor for New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club, I'm really proud today. Our Leos did an excellent job and put in their hard work for last several days. Their work goes beyond what you could see on the screen. They not only prepared for the presentations, but they studied all these festivals and many more. Today, I would like to present a relatively modern festival. The other festivals that we celebrated this week were in existence for hundreds, if not thousands of years. But Kwanzaa was created in 1966, when many of the African American scholars were searching for a way to transition from the civil rights movement into something more social uplifting by connecting African Americans to their roots. I've been working in the community to promote the symbiotic race relations for last 20 years. And when I was doing that, I realized that the principles of Kwanzaa are not only relevant to the people of African origin, but all of us. So let's come together and celebrate Kwanzaa. The idea of Kwanzaa was conceived by Dr. Maulana Karenga, who was the professor at California State University. He modeled it after the East African harvest celebration, Matunda ya Kwanzaa, in Swahili, means first fruit. Even if the slaves come only from the western coast of Africa, an Eastern symbol was chosen to honor the Pan-African heritage. Before I go any further, let's hear from the founder of Kwanzaa, Dr. Karenga, and also from our Leos who have been studying the festival for last several days. They will explain the principles of Kwanzaa to all of us.
Thank you, PCC Lion Mahesh Chitnis. I would now like to introduce the Vice President of Lions Club International, Lion Brian Shannon. He is a member of the Bird Island Lions Club since 1991.
Kwanzaa celebration. Kwanzaa celebration.
7-day holiday that begins from December the 26th and goes to January 1st. And it's 7 days to, in fact, teach the 7 principles, okay, which are in Swahili and then in English: Umoja, unity; Kujichagulia, self-determination; Ujima, collective work and responsibility; Ujamaa, cooperative economics; Nia, purpose; Kumba, creativity; any money fade. And so I created Kwanzaa for three basic reasons. First, to reaffirm our rootedness in African culture. Because even though we're African people, due to the Holocaust of enslavement, we were lifted out of our own history and made a footnote and forgotten casualty in European history. And so the struggle we were waging, as Cabral said, is to return to our history and to use it to enrich and expand our lives. Secondly, I have created Kwanzaa in order to give us a time when we as African people all over the world could come together, reaffirm the bonds between us, and meditate on the meaning and awesome responsibility of being African in the world. And certainly it has flowered because of that. Because if you look at how it has grown, over 28 million people celebrate this holiday on every continent in the world, throughout the world African community. And the third reason I created Kwanzaa was to introduce and reinforce the importance of African culture and African community and values. And by community and values, I mean values that stress and strengthen family, community, and culture. These are our strength. And at the hub and hinge on which this holiday turns, of course, and the central values are the Nguzo Saba.
The first day of Kwanzaa, we call it Umoja, unity, unity.
Maintaining unity as a family, community, and race of people. Black candle placed right in the middle of red and green candles in a kinara is lit on the very first day of the festival. It marks the commencement of the festive season.
Second day of Kwanzaa, Kujichagulia, self-determination.
Kujichagulia, self-determination. Defining, naming, creating, and speaking for ourselves.
The third day of Kwanzaa, we call it Ujima, collective work and responsibility.
Ujima, or collective work and responsibility, represents the third day, the day for families and communities to come together to share in the Unity Cup and reflect on what has been accomplished and what they want to accomplish in the year to come.
The fourth day of Kwanzaa, we call it Ujama, cooperative economics.
Ujima is the Swahili word for cooperative economics. Once the candles are lit, the fourth principle is then discussed with the present members. The fourth principle is a commitment to the practice of shared social wealth and the work needed to achieve it. Ujima also focuses on economic self-reliance and obligation of generosity. It encourages present members to buy and contribute to Black-owned businesses. This allows money to circulate longer in communities, which will result in a thriving economy and will also increase the spending power of African American communities.
The fifth day of Kwanzaa, we call it Nia, purpose, purpose. I have a purpose.
Fifth day of Kwanzaa is Nia, defined as purpose. Is celebrated by the representation of the 5 principles of Kwanzaa. The principles, used as a celebratory act, is composed by lighted candles represented by the different color, each with its own purpose. The first candle that is lit is the black candle, which portrays the life of the African community. The 3 red candles symbolize the struggle of life, which are positioned on the far right. Lastly, the 3 green candles represent the hope for the future as they are placed on the left of the kinara. Following the ritual principle practice, the rest of the special day is celebrated by drinking wine, water, or juice from the Holy Unity Cup. The Unity Cup represents the togetherness and the unification posed in the community and the families that compose it. As a final act of celebration, the candles are then extinguished following the consumption from the Unity Cup. Overall, the 5th day of Kwanzaa demonstrates the strong connection and togetherness in the community that allows them to prosper together as the whole for the years to come.
The 6th day of Kwanzaa, we call it Kuumba, creativity, creativity.
Creativity. To find new, innovative ways to leave communities of African descent in more beautiful and beneficial ways than the community inherited. The 6th day falls also on the New Year's Day and is a very special and momentous day for African Americans. This is the day of Karamu, or Kwanzaa feast. The spirit of celebration increases a lot when many of the family members invite their loved ones and friends. To enhance the celebration mood, decorate the home with traditional Kwanzaa colors. The African American music at the background and traditional attire should match the Kwanzaa theme. Special holiday dishes are included in the celebration. Prepare fabulous and spicy dishes for the guests. Plays are performed. Family members read out passages and poems which are related to the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. A storyteller enjoys the center stage in the feast. The focus of the day should be on creativity. Try to show innovation and creativity in everything. Present members remember their own ancestors while the unity cup is shared. The candles are turned off after everyone enjoys the drink. Tamshi Latuana, which was written by Dr. Karenga, the inventor of Kwanzaa, is read by the eldest member of the present year before the conclusion of the Karamu ceremony. This is a farewell statement for the feast and the year. Each and everyone conclude the Karamu saying, Harambe for 7 times.
The last day of Kwanzaa, we say Imani. That's what we call
Imani, the belief in God, family, heritage, leaders, and others that will lead to the victory of African surroundings.
Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, celebration. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, celebration. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, celebration. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, celebration.
Greetings, Leos, Lions, and future Lions. As the Leo advisor for New Jersey, Kwanzaa is now celebrated in United States, Canada, Caribbean, and some parts of Europe. It is a totally non-religious holiday. Kwanzaa celebrates family, community, culture, and the heritage. During Kwanzaa, houses are decorated with the symbols of harvest, like mazao, that is crops, mkeka, mat, kinara, a candle holder with 7 candles, muhindi, corn, hikombecha umuja, that is a unity cup, jawadi, gifts, and bandera is the Kwanzaa flag, which has 3 colors, black, red, and green. Black represents during Kwanzaa, houses are decorated red with the symbols of harvest, representing the struggles that they endured. Green is the color of earth, representing the future and the hope. The Kwanzaa celebration starts in the evening with tomboko, which is a libation. The process of libation is you have water in kikombo chao meja, that is the unity cup, and pour that water into a plant or a vessel to represent the life. There is a statement made which is followed by ashe, which means amen or tathastu in Sanskrit, which represent so it is. Let me recite a libation that is usually performed during Kwanzaa. It goes something like this. For the motherland, cradle of civilization, we say ashe. For the ancestors and their indomitable spirit, we say ashe. For the elders from whom we can learn much, we say Ashe. For our youth who represent the promise for tomorrow, we say Ashe. For our people, the original people, we say Ashe. For our struggles and in remembrance of those who struggle on our behalf, we say Ashe. For Umoja, the principle of unity, which should guide us in all we do, we say Ashe. For the Creator who provides all the things great and small, we say Ashe. After this, we do Katao Majina, which is libation for our heroes and the family members who departed before us. After the libation is done, the cup is passed on to all who are present and they take a sip from the cup. After that, a specific candle on the candle holder is lit on every day. A music is played to represent the principle for the day, or a poem is recited, or a knowledgeable person who will explain the meaning of that principle. And then, this is the most important part of it, that everyone gathered gets a chance to express their experiences or views about that principle. And that is how the evening goes. The last day of Kwanzaa, there is a feast, usually from the new harvest, and everybody has fun. Since it is a new festival, it is a new holiday, there is not too many rituals attached to Kwanzaa, but it is up to each of the families to develop their own rituals to come up with what will last or longer, to bring them together and honor their heritage. The principles of Kwanzaa, Nuzu Saba, are worth repeating. Our Leos have mentioned about them earlier, but I still want to touch upon them because they're not only important for African Americans, but all of us, even for associations like Lions Clubs. The first principle of Kwanzaa is Umoja, unity. Maintaining unity as a family, as a community, is very, very critical. Is not only the growth of an individual, but humanity in general. We all need to come together and work on a cause that is close to your heart. In today's world, there are many people talking about unity but dividing ourselves, which is not helping us to go any further. The very, very critical part of a success of any individual or any association is to come together and be united for something and not against something. The second principle is Kujacha Gulia, means self-determination. Defining, naming, creating, and speaking for ourselves is also important. I'll take my example. At many times when people misrepresented me or talked ill about me, I just let go, thinking that it's unimportant. We should not be wasting our time defending ourselves. But many times, what ends up happening is the what you call it, that Goebbels theory, that if you keep repeating same thing, that gets stuck to you. Sometimes that some of those things stuck to me, and it hurt me in the long run. So I decided to stick for myself and define who I am with everybody. So that principle is a very, very important principle I learned from Kwanzaa. The third principle is Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Building a home, building an association is work of all of us. All of us bring a different skill set to the table. If you compare that with the pride of lions in the jungle, right from a club to a senior lion who is beyond his or her prime, has a task in the pride. Every lion or a cub or a lioness together to build their pride. Similarly, in our homes, in our organizations, in our community, we need to all pitch in our part. We need to be responsible for what we do. The fourth principle is Ujama, is cooperative economics. Giving support, building and maintaining the retails in our communities and other businesses to profit our community. In the past, we used to have this barter system, almost every place in the world, that you make something and you get what you want in lieu of that. We have come to a currency economy, but still we need to support our own communities to build our communities. We have this local shopping days, and we need to encourage those and help our local communities to build. The fifth principle is Nia, in purpose. I often talk about this power of why. Many times when we are working on small little things, we focus so much on small little details and forget why we are doing this. Our life must be purpose driven. We need to know why we are born for, and focusing on that purpose, Nia, work collectively to build our communities, build ourselves, and restore the greatness of the community is critical. The sixth principle is Kumba, creativity. To find new and innovative ways to live our communities better, more beautiful, and beneficial than the way that we inherited is what we are all supposed to be doing. Many times they say the imitation is the best form of flattery. It's fine, but each one of us, every individual, have an ability to think, ability to come with their own ways to tackle a problem. Sometimes we just ignore, we try to copy somebody else. We need to stop doing that. We need to look at every single problem, every single time, and find out a way to make it better, use a better process than what we used before. Last but not least, the seventh principle is Imani, faith. The belief in your God, whichever that you pray or not pray. Belief in family, heritage, your leaders, and others that support the growth of you and your community. You need to have faith in them. If we follow all these 7 principles, we will be a better community, better person, better family, better community. And that is what message that was given to African Americans through this holiday called Kwanzaa. Thank you all for joining us today and supporting our Leos and encouraging them to work harder. Wish you all a joyous Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and wish you a very, very safe and prosperous New Year. Make it a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, PCC Lion Mahesh Chitnis. Now I would like to introduce Vice President of Lions Club International, Lion Brian Shehan. He is a member of the Bird Islands Lions Club since 1991 and has traveled all around the world.
Hello, everyone. I'm Second International Vice President Lion Brian Sheehan here. I wish to give a thank you to the New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club of District 16J for facilitating this event and inviting me to say hello. You know, this pandemic has brought many challenges to our communities, our clubs, and our homes. It's forced us to truly live by what many have heard preached, to think outside the box, and we must embrace change. Lions have had to change the way we serve by adapting to new protocols, and I know that is not easy. We've had to navigate our communities with socially distanced events and face masks. We've had to embrace technology, whether we felt ready to do so or not. Technology has played a big role in keeping us connected through applications such as Facebook, Instagram, Zoom, and FaceTime. We have met these challenges by staying positive and not allowing this pandemic to become an excuse to stop serving our communities. Whether individually serving or with a group, Lions and Leos have stepped up to this task. We are feeding our hungry communities, helping students succeed with distance learning tutoring, sewing masks, and raising money for other PPE. And we know that even as the vaccines begin to be administered, our work will be ongoing. According to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, record 235 million people will need humanitarian assistance next year. This is a 40% increase over 2020, and it's almost entirely due to COVID-19. Think of what that means for our clubs. Are we ready to serve 40% more people across the globe? We need to really think hard about our communities and how we can increase our club membership to help address these extra needs. Our theme this year, of United in Kindness and Diversity, needs to be utilized more than ever in the situation that we are in. We need your leadership skills and kindness like never before. Let's go out there and make a difference. We know that one person, you, can really make a difference. It starts with one. To our exciting Leos and Lions out there, I wish you the best as you continue to celebrate Leoism and Lionism across the world. I know you will do well with all your great leadership you have on this team. Let's together make this a better world because of this pandemic creating such a greater need. We're going to do that with some kindness and diversity. Love from Lori and myself, until we get a chance to meet you in person, and we hope that is very soon. Thank you for all you do. It's up to you and you alone to make a great day for yourself, but more importantly, for others. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Vice President Brian Sheehan, for your inspirational message. I would now like to call Leo Otis Chitnis, who is the project lead on the Holiday Exchange this year.
Thank you so much, Leo Anshul, for hosting today's session and really doing a great job today in facilitating this great cultural exchange that we've come to have over the last 5 days. A rite of passage for many, like many others across the United States this year, I was in the midst of completing my college applications, which is a very tedious but a very important procedure, which has me in a sort of reflecting mood. It allows us all to reflect on the time we're having, and especially during this holiday season, it's allowed me to reflect on what I'm thankful for and the people that have pushed me in my journey. And really today, I'd like to reflect on the last 5 days of sessions that we've had covering the world's 5 major holidays and really facilitating the cross-cultural exchange, which is so important to our organization. In the past 5 days, we've covered Christmas, Eid, Hanukkah, Diwali, and today, Kwanzaa. And we've been joined by a number of great international presenters and hosted by several Leos from our club, which include past National Director Jerome Thompson, past Leo Lion Board Liaison Shahenda Rafat, past Council Chairperson Jeff Gans, past International Director Sangeeta Jaithia, and past Council Chair Mahesh Chitnis, all of whom we thank so much for taking the time out of their day, their very busy schedules, and joining all of us here in the club, the New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club. And I'd also like to thank our hosts. Of course, Leo Anshul, who I mentioned earlier, Leo's Brinda and Ananya, Leo's Vihan, Leo Saim, and Leo Joshua for all of the great work they did in hosting these past sessions. And I know a huge shout out has to go to you, the audience members, who've kept it so engaging. I've seen you all on YouTube and Facebook who've been keeping the chat very lively, keeping us all engaged throughout these past sessions. And I'd also like to thank for their incredible support our Lions Club sponsor president, Lion Rahul, and our Leo Club president, Leo Ishan, and our Lions Club and Leo Club sponsoring advisor, Lion Mahesh Chitnis, for their incredible support. And also, past International President Goodrun and Vice International President Brian, for all of the incredible support. And I keep saying support, but it has been such a supportive atmosphere that they've provided us over the last couple days of the sessions. I've received a few questions, and I hope that you all have enjoyed those certificates that you've been getting, the attendance certificates that Anshul mentioned. I've received a few questions regarding people who missed certificates, maybe their confirmation form didn't go through. So what we're going to be doing is in the next day, so after an hour or so, when today's session's form closed, which is on the link that's scrolling down at the bottom of the screen, what is going to happen is that we're going to use that very same link, bit.ly/holiday exchange, and you can click and you can fill out the form to receive those certificate of attendance for the sessions that you've attended, but you've not received those certificates. So please check your inbox, and if you've attended a session but you haven't received the attendance certificate, please be sure to fill out that form tomorrow by the end of the day. And really, once again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us as we've explored the diversity of our organization and the diversity of the world's cultures. It's been an honor to be joined by you and learn from all of these informative sessions. And I really had the joy of learning about some of these world holidays, even my own holiday that's celebrated in my household, Diwali. I learned so much about that. And I hope that these lessons will allow us to connect as Leos and Lions and go forward united in kindness and diversity. And I'd just like to do another shout out really quickly to our incredible technical team who've made this stream so professional. Really, if it was up to me, I would struggle so much with all of these platforms and the streaming and all that, but they've done an absolutely flawless job. I'd really like to thank them. And really, that brings us to the end of this incredible 5-day experience. And I hope that you'll all continue to connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever we are on social media. And hopefully we'll continue to have good relations between us, New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club, and all of you international viewers who are joining us from all over the world. And I'd just like to do a little bit of a promo. Our next session, our first session for 2021 of Lead with a Vision, which are weekly leadership series, will be airing on January 10th. And we'll hopefully have a very exciting announcement for all of you on that date. And we hope you'll tune in to hear what that announcement is. So without further ado, I think I'm going to turn it back to Leo Anshul to close us out today. But I'd like to once again thank you all for joining, and I hope that we can come out of this session with a good reflection on, going into 2021, what we want to accomplish. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Leo Otis. And with that, we have concluded the Holiday Exchange Series for 2020. Once again, if you're looking for the attendance certificate, please visit bit.ly/holiday exchange in the next 30 minutes. Our unique certificates have become popular with Lions and Leos, so please do not miss the opportunity. Your support on social media is most appreciated. Please use the hashtags Holiday Exchange and Visionary Leos. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy holidays. I hope you all enjoyed this 5-day series, and I wish you all a happy new year.